Good morning, everyone. Well, as you can imagine, this is the day of the program for my team and for myself. But I would like to explain you a little bit more in detail how we came to this beautiful achievement that you have witnessed today. And the most important message is that the A330neo is a step change. Almost everything is new about this aircraft. Well, technically, I will come through that, but as well industrially and importantly in our ways of developing. Remember, it's a little bit over 3 years, the first flight after the launch. It's a record. First, technically, as the name implies, yes, the A330neo is about new engines, and Chris will develop on that. But the A330neo is also about a new overall integrated aircraft, new nacelle, new pylon, new wing and chartlet, and a new cabin. If I start about first the nacelle and the pylon, we have a brand new engine which size is much bigger than the A330ceos. And we have used the know-how that we have gained on our S350 to develop a fully integrated and optimized new nacelle and new pylon. As you can see in the Aerolines pictures illustrated, we have a fully integrated design with zero compromise on performance. With regards to the new wing, we have made several big modifications to maximize the aerodynamics, efficiency, and to reduce the drag. The most visible, of course, is the chartlet. It is an A350 style, which is fully integrated into the wing and with composite material. We have also taken the benefit of the available airport span limit to increase and extend the span of this aircraft and to go from 60 meters to 64 meters. We have optimized the twist of the wing and redesigned key elements to gain in aerodynamics, such as the upper belly fairing, the flap tack fairings, or some of the slats. And of course, we have taken the opportunity to introduce the LED technologies into the navigation and landing light. And last but not least, it was mentioned by Crawford, the A330neo will be the launch vehicle for the brand new airspace cabin, which is fully inspired of the A350 XWB. This cabin will be installed on the first customer aircraft. Airspace is about making the best use of space to maximize the passenger experience, but also the airline performance. In a few words, it's a new interior, which is harmonized with the A350, and that will increase passenger appeal. But it's also developing efficiency enablers to gain additional seats. And this is including new overhead compartments, which are bigger, new entrance area with a welcome effect that the airline can customize, a new design of the lavatories, and better optimized galley configuration at the rear of the aircraft, what we call the space flex. What is important is that for the design of all these elements, we have made the best use of the latest technology available to optimize an already robust design. In particular, for the aerodynamic performance, which is the key to contribute to the overall performance of the aircraft, we have used the latest models that were used on our latest development for both computational design and for verification. You have some pictures here that shows and illustrate the work that was done by the team to optimize the aerodynamic integration during the design phase. You have the chartlet, you have the pylon, the over-wing fairing. And we have used as well the 3D scan technology to validate the produced component. This is a picture that you see on the bottom right. And to validate those produced components against the theoretical shape. The result is that we have successfully validated all our components and that the aircraft that you have seen today is exactly the one that the engineers have dreamed of 3 years ago. Besides, for the rest of the airframe, we have optimized the use of material and technology to gain up to 600 kilos of weight saving. I will just briefly mention the introduction of composite materials such as lighter glass fibers or new carbon fibers for horizontal tailplane or for the floor panel. And we have used also lighter aluminum for the wing or the fuselage panel. And you have also the picture of the rib one, which is at the junction of the fuselage and the wing, and for which we have used a new way of machining, so-called isogrid, and leading to a significant weight saving. Overall, we have weighted our first flight test aircraft that you have seen this morning, and it is fully in line with our prediction. So the weight target is achieved. In parallel to the product that I have just highlighted, I would like to give you a few industrial aspects. We have produced nearly 1,400 S330s. So we have today a robust and proven industrial setup for both our sub-assemblies and for the final assembly. And we have also an extended network of suppliers all over the world. So we are taking advantage of this current setup to also invest massively for the future. And it starts by upgrading our file station that you can see to be able to suit the NEO build, to install the new propulsion system, but also the new sharklet, and to allow the capability to produce both COs and NEOs. But it also means that we invest significantly in new industrial means to ensure long-term production. We have launched early this year a brand new serial line for both the pylon here in Toulouse and the air inlet in our Nantes plant. Those new lines take benefit of the latest technologies in terms of automation. So pulse line, automatic drilling, automatic panel laser, three-dimensional control cell. For all the other lines, we have upgraded them and invested in automation innovation for quality enabler to reduce the variability and make sure that we reduce the probability of non-conformance. We have introduced laser drilling or grinding robots. And finally, we have also implemented innovative process to gain in agility and to gain in responsiveness, like the use of 3D printed parts and the use of 3D drawings for the flight test instrumentation, with the objective to get rid of the paper to go faster. Finally, we have also innovated in our ways of developing, and this was done, of course, on building on the experience that we have had on our previous development. We have the chance to arrive after S350-900, S350-1000, S320neo, and learning from them, we have naturally invested into the quality and maturity very early in the process and at every stage of the development. And the key word for me is anticipation. The objective with anticipation is to be always one step ahead at all stages of the development. And in the early phase, we have extensively used demonstrator to validate the industrial processes for our new components, and it enables us to launch production as early as possible. Last year, we have taken the opportunity of having an S330 CO flight test aircraft, and Patrick will come back on that, to test in advance some of our upgraded system and some of our cabin components. And now that we are entering into the flight test campaign, we have deployed Airline One concept that was already deployed on the S350 to approach each flight from an airline perspective. And of course, the ultimate goal of that, of working like that, is to find quality and maturity item before the entry into service of the aircraft. Well, in conclusion, we have a fantastic aircraft, and we are today here again a little bit over 3 years after the launch, but obviously it's not finished. We have in front of us to kick off the flight test campaign. A second aircraft, a second flight test aircraft is getting ready and will fly next month. We have our third flight test aircraft, which is a Dash 800, that will start the FAL next month as well and will fly next year. The first production aircraft are already ongoing the assembly, and we are targeting type certificate and first delivery in the middle of 2018. So we have still plenty of exciting things in front of us. Thank you very much.